This is Dolwini TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Welcome in from the car just east of Edmonton this morning as we get set up to discuss the Edmonton Oilers and Vancouver Canucks and some ramifications potentially coming out from, of course, Saturday headlines with Elliot Friedman on Hockey Night in Canada last night. Just one thing that kind of piqued my interest that I want to talk about because obviously it piqued a lot of our interest a couple of years back there. Andrei Kuzmenko and the Vancouver Canucks kind of on the outs right now. Obviously, no formal trade request, nothing, but according to Elliot Friedman, the Vancouver Canucks have definitely had teams calling them about Andrei Kuzmenko's availability. So that begs the question for me, a guy who has a $5.5 million cap hit. I'm going to get to the goods right away. What's 5.5 divided by 2? Not saying the Canucks are looking to retain salary, but you divide 5.5 by 2, and that's a 2.75 salary hit against the cap. And guess what, friends? When you're talking about potentially adding a guy like Andrei Kuzmenko for 2.75, there's a way the Oilers easily do that. Again, though, to say it's been a pretty good little stretch here yet again from Warren Foegele. So, to be honest with you, not saying that we have to go out there and trade for Kuzmenko or we need to trade Warren Foegele at all. Just simply saying, waking up this morning to Saturday headlines and Elliot Friedman talking about teams calling the Vancouver Canucks, who are always, according to him, looking to shed salary. It makes sense that the Oilers, who again need to be exploring all options, I know necessarily it should be defense and goaltending first, but when you consider possibly trading a guy like Foegele for 2.75 and getting Andrei Kuzmenko in the lineup at 2.75, I think based on his resume, Kuzmenko's resume that is, over the past few seasons, you would assume that for the Edmonton Oilers, that would be an upgrade over top of Warren Foegele. So as it currently sits, friends, it's just something that I'm thinking right now before this game against New Jersey, before the week gets started, Monday through Friday, we should possibly just sit a moment and consider that the Oilers might be looking at the situation at worst, right? I mean, no names of teams were given about teams that have called the Vancouver Canucks about Kuzmenko, but you remember back a couple summers ago, it came down to the Oilers and Canucks for Kuzmenko, and he ultimately chose the Vancouver Canucks. So it'll be interesting to see if the runner-up in those sweepstakes, the Edmonton Oilers, find a way or even just slightly discuss Andrei Kuzmenko with the Vancouver Canucks. But it's just one of those things again, right? It seems crazy now, just as back in December last year talking about Erik Karlsson seemed crazy, but then it evolved into what it did over the course of the next little bit there, January, February, and Erik Karlsson was all the rage in Edmonton for about 2.5 months. So we'll see if that ends up being the case here with Kuzmenko. But friends, just keep an eye on it. That's all I'm going to tell you, because again, it makes sense if the Oilers are involved. As for that, welcome into the chat. I got a couple of you in here, but right now as it is, we've got a couple of situations. Craig, Ty right there, as you say, right? Broberg is a guy who's on the outs with the Edmonton Oilers organization at current, so you can easily figure out a way to possibly throw down Broberg in a trade with Vancouver for Kuzmenko and find something. I know it's kind of one of those situations where you're trading Broberg at a disadvantage, but as well, right now, if the Canucks are truly at notes with Kuzmenko, then I guess you would assume that they will also be trading Kuzmenko at a loss. You see what happened with Beauvillier and the trade for the 5th-round pick to Chicago. Yeah, Chicago was in desperate need of a forward. Maybe Beauvillier's salary plays a factor in that one. I'm not too sure, but you look at it from all perspectives. If the Oilers and Canucks can find a way to be trading partners on a situation that's less than ideal for both teams, that would substantially help us out, that is for sure. So friends, I'm Tyson, this is Dolwini TV. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening, this morning, this afternoon, whenever you're tuning in. Appreciate you being along for the ride. Let's go Oilers today at 2 p.m. I'll be down at Rogers Place, of course, hanging out in the Sky Lounge today. First time ever in there, so I'm looking forward to it. Friends, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you liked the video this afternoon, this morning, this evening, whenever, make sure to hit that button as well, and I will catch you in the next one.